George and Pat have their knack, and, cutting and moving without the ball is probably more their strength. That's what they've been doing their whole lives probably. And so some of it's somewhat, logical and makes sense. The more we could get the starters to do some of that stuff, I would actually, I'd be all for it.
You heard it first, Craig and Steve. Coach Bud wants his starters to take note of what's being done by that second unit. He said he wasn't thrilled with the lack of ball movement he saw in the first half of Game 2, so that's definitely something I'll be keeping an eye on as Game 3 gets going here in Detroit. Guys?
All right, Katie, sounds great, and we're excited to get this thing rolling here in just a couple of moments. The Bucks and the Pistons. Game 3 of the playoff action slated today on a Saturday. 2 games already complete, and we're going to take a look at those right now. San Antonio and Denver, the Nuggets just evened up that series now against the Spurs, so each team has won on the road. Of course, we've got Milwaukee and Detroit coming up now, and then after that, Houston and Utah, the Rockets with a 2-0 lead in that series. Now, the first game today, Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Things got a little chippy, and your guy, Jimmy Butler, was right in the middle of it. He and Jared Dudley get ejected out of this one.
Hey, this is what playoff basketball looks like. In the regular season, yeah, it matters, but we talk about the playoffs being a different season. The playoffs are important. You lose, you go home. These guys are trying to prove they are the better team, and this has been a really good battle so far. And look, Philly, you could tell they're doing a little celebration, doing a little high-five in here. I think they were happy to get out of there with that win, knowing that Brooklyn, if they had won that game, would have tied it at 2-2, being up 3-1. Feels a little bit different.
Yeah, those 2 threes, all with under a minute to go, 30 seconds to go, and Philly steals one on the road to take a commanding 3-1 lead in that series. So they've already got 4 games in. Bucks playing Game 3 here against the Pistons tonight. Bucks in pursuit of a title as they get set to take their show on the road. Giannis, Middleton, Bledsoe combined for 65 a game so far here in the playoffs. Looking for more here next on Fox Sports Wisconsin in Game 3.
This is Lulu and Lobo.
Oh, it's back.
The woo-woo monster. No, no. 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 Yeah, I can't take this. We need a new place.
With as low as 3% down on a fixed-rate mortgage, your new home is within reach.
All clear. I went home.
Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
Talk to a home mortgage consultant or apply online. This is your way home. This is Wells Fargo.
A little time with my favorite people goes a long way. And now at Denny's, $5.99 goes a long way, too. You can get 2 eggs, 3 sausage links, 3 strips of bacon, and 2 buttermilk pancakes, all for just $5.99. The new Meat Lover Slam is here. See you at Denny's.
When we put the Kia badge on at our factory, it's more than an automaker's logo. It's a stamp certifying that when we built this one, we gave it an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a suite of advanced safety features. When we put these 3 letters on a car, it means we give it everything. Right now, lease the 2019 Forte LXS for $169 a month. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today.
Hey, come on, man. What? We said pantyhose, right? Here, eat this. Creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Hey, Pete Zacharine.
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and new Creamy Snickers.
It's a beautiful pass to Glenn Robinson by Smith. Drummond on the flush from Reggie Jackson. Brown took it away from Lopez.
And that's what Bruce Brown does.
Kennard for 3. Andre Drummond, a fine maker. How about that? Brook Lopez gets time maker. Does he have it?
He's locked in. In the quarter.
Oops. Goodbye. Giannis. Oops. Oops. The Bucks won 2 games at Little Caesars Arena as part of a 4-game regular season sweep of the Pistons. They need 2 more here to sweep round 1 of the playoffs. What a scene as we had in Milwaukee a week ago, Sunday and Wednesday. It is equally impressive in Detroit. Blake Griffin will start. So far, so good for Milwaukee. The Bucks are the second best shooting team in the playoffs at 50.6. The Kia drive to success. And like the regular season, has the best opponent season field goal percentage, holding Detroit to an amazing 37.7% so far, Marcus.
Doing an outstanding job at the defensive end of the floor, doing a great job converting at their offensive end also. But this is going to be a new look Piston team, Jim, with Blake Griffin, his 25 points, his rebounding, his 5+ assists per game, and then gravity is the operative word. He's got to command some defensive attention, and he's got to be able to do better than Thon Maker's 0 for 9 from the 3-point line in the first 2 games. That's what Dwayne Casey's counting on.
Let's take a look at the Megabucks lineup for Game 3. Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, Sterling Brown, and Eric Bledsoe. If the Bucks can win here tonight and Monday, they would have at least 4 days before starting the second round, maybe even 5 days, which would likely give Mike Budenholzer more reinforcement for what is coming beyond this. You have to win 2, like a playoff rematch with Boston. It looks like that could happen, but you have to win 2 more against Detroit. For the Pistons, the starting lineup tonight, Blake Griffin back in there. First start in the series, he picked up technicals off the bench in each of the first 2 games. Luke Kennard starting Game 3 as he did Game 2. More offense, another 3-point shooter. Drummond, Ellington, and Jackson are normal Detroit starters. Dwayne Casey stopped talking about Blake Griffin's situation after Game 2. He just kept saying day to day. There's been a little cat and mouse with this all through this series, but he's out there tonight. Blake Griffin, the leading scorer and leading assist man during the regular season for the Pistons. The third team on the floor tonight, crew chief James Capers, Kane Fitzgerald, and Curtis Blair. The alternate official is J.T. Orr. We are set to go Game 3 at Little Caesars. The opening tip is delivered by Papa John's.
And the crowd is hyped. This Piston team is hyped. And the Bucks have just got to be able to withstand whatever initial thrust of energy is thrown at them here at Little Caesars.
We have a pizza battle going on. Luke Kennard opens the scoring. This season I call this the world's biggest pizza parlor, so it's appropriate that Papa John's would have the opening tip here.
Great execution by the Pistons. Again, dribble handoffs being their forte.
Ball lost by Giannis. He was surrounded. Reggie Jackson leaves it for Ellington. Kennard came into this game 8 of 11 on threes. So far, he has not been behind the arc, just underway, of course. All 4 of his threes in Game 2 were in the first half.
Blake Griffin making an immediate impact, much like Willis Reed in 1970 against Will Chamberlain, which is using his strength to stand up Giannis, relying on dig-back help to come up with the turnover.
Willis Reed, Game 7, 1970. Eric Bledsoe puts up the 3, Kennard the rebound. Reggie Jackson for 3. If you follow conventional wisdom in the NBA, you know the saying. A series does not start until a road team is victorious. The Bucks would like to have that hold up with a victory here tonight. Bounce pass, Giannis. Blake Griffin there. Ball out of bounds. Turnover, Milwaukee.
I guess we're still waiting for that Boston-Milwaukee series to start from last year, because everybody held service at home in that one. But again, Reggie Jackson is looked upon as he turns it over there to shoot more 3-pointers.
Bledsoe drive and